Hi, nice to see you. Welcome to Modern at 17. Here we talk about style and fashion as it relates to your mental health. So, our goal here is to feel good from the outside in, inside out. Today, we're going to talk about vanity versus just healthy self love. Stay tuned. I have my coffee here, I have my computer. This is the second time I'm recording this because the first time was just a blah, blah, blah. So, let's get into this. So, let's look at what vanity means first of all. Vanity is excessive pride in or admiration of one's own appearance or accomplishments. Excessive is, just in case you wanted to make sure what excessive was, more than is necessary or normal. So when we think of vanity, we should think of, I am perfect. There is no one else better than me. I am God, that no one can tell me I'm wrong. That's that's what we mean by when we say vanity. Self-love, a healthy amount of self-love, is regard for one's own well-being and happiness. What we don't want, the opposite of vanity, which is very self-debilitating, where you think that you deserve nothing, where you think that you don't deserve happiness, so on and so forth. That's what we don't want. We want the healthy amount of self love, which can vary every day. Nothing's perfect, where I deserve to feel happy. I deserve to feel good when I put on clothes. I believe that I have something that I can add to the world. That is a good amount of healthy, appropriate self love where you're not vain, where I am the bomb diggity, no one is better than me, but you're also like, I am poop. We don't want those excessives. Now, let's say you are on the vanity side. You go, girl. If let's say you are on the bottom part of the self love side where you legitimately think that you don't deserve much of anything, that is a very big red flag, and you should really, really consult with a therapist or a counselor. I have, many people have. There's nothing wrong with it, with consulting with them, but there is something wrong with you not feeling that you deserve happiness. You should be able to feel good about yourself. So let's talk about now self-love when it comes to what you put on your body. So just like how people say, if you want to feel good about yourself and you're feeling low, go make your bed, go brush your teeth, take care of yourself, do the basic fundamentals of self-care. Great. Oftentimes what you put on your body and how that makes you feel is oftentimes missed. So let's talk about why sometimes, just specifically this, why sometimes we choose not to really go farther into our style and desires of what we put on our body, because we're afraid of looking vain and obnoxious, afraid of taking up too much room in whatever space that you are sitting in. Crazy. It doesn't make sense. When you're sitting in a space, you should want to take up space. But, whatever. It's just me talking, whatever. So, a lot of times we, especially if you are on social media, we are inundated with a certain trend, a certain style. It's not even social media, it's just a culture thing, society thing. It helps us feel safe and not like we're on the outliers of our social group. It's healthy, it's not abnormal. However, it does become something of a red flag when you are holding yourself down in order to feel everyone around you comfortable. That is the problem. So that's what we don't want to do. We don't want to hold ourselves down by what we wear to make other people around us feel comfortable. So let me give you an example. So let's say you're going to a brunch with your girlfriends and you love dressing pretty, like with light colors, and you like wearing dresses, but you're afraid that other people will think that if you wear a dress, you're doing too much. That's a red flag. And if you are around those people that will say things like, why are you doing so much? Or um, it's such a bright color, or are you sure it's a little much? Unless you're wearing a ball gown to a brunch that's just casual, you're not doing too much. And maybe you should think about your friends. And if you are that friend, you should go to therapy. You should never dress for the safety of everyone else around you. However, you should dress legally. You should never dress for the safety of everyone else's feelings around you. You should dress so that you feel good from the inside out, outside in. Whoa, it's like the whole business is around that. Crazy. When you wear something, you should want to feel good about it. You shouldn't want to feel that you're putting on a persona in the essence of a fake persona. Sometimes we have different personalities throughout the week where today I feel my persona is tired, the next day I'm I'm fine, the next day I'm in between, the next day I'm super happy. That's okay. But the persona that I'm referring to is putting on a fake mask so that when you go to a certain area of whoever, you are giving that person a fake perception of who you are. That is when it becomes a little bit unhealthy because you're not being true to yourself. So, when we talk about clothing, you want to make sure that, just in regards to vanity versus self love, that we are true to ourselves with what we put on our body. So, let's say all of your friends, they all wear jeans and they all wear t shirts. There's nothing wrong with jeans and t shirts. That's very stylish, very chic, very chic. There's nothing wrong with that. However, let's say you love wearing skirts and crop tops, and you feel that if you wear skirts and crop tops, then your friends will think you're trying to do too much. You're trying to be more dressed up than they are, and then they have to. When you start thinking about how other people feel, you see how I was lowering my self-worth to other people's standards of what I think they will think of me, versus you don't know what other people will think. So only focus on yourself. Remember, legally. So make sure you wear clothes at the house and you follow like the rules of stores, that you have to wear shoes, blah blah blah. So when you think about the difference between vanity and self-love, when it comes to clothing, it's not existent. Vanity is excessive, let's go back, excessive pride or admiration of yourself. You can't define that with what you wear. That's how you act. So if you are afraid of appearing too much by what you're wearing, then you are thinking more of how other people see you versus of how you feel about yourself. And we need to switch that. So instead of thinking, is this too much for this event? First of all, what is a dress code? Because we don't want to wear a ball gown and we're going to shop at, like, just going to the mall. That you may be a little self-conscious at that point because it doesn't match the attire of that area. However, um, we should think, okay, this is normal, but what is normal for me? What is staple for me? What makes me feel good and not feel like I am dimming my light to make everyone around me more comfortable? There's different styles, there's different trends, there's different aesthetics. At the end of the day, you have to decide for you what makes you feel good from the outside in, inside out. Let's use me as an example. I don't like wearing jeans. There are some outfits where I think jeans are appropriate for me, not for anyone else, but for me. However, right now, none of my jeans fit because I just had a baby 3 months ago. So most of my outfits are dresses or skirts. I don't really own leggings. And if I do wear leggings, they're under my dress so that if I have to chase after my son, I don't flash anyone. So most of my outfits are going to appear more dressed up sometimes than other people's outfits. But it doesn't mean that I am vain or I am obnoxious or I feel like I'm the bomb diggity. Because that is through my actions. What I wear has nothing to do with how I interact with you. So I wear a skirt or a dress to, I don't know, go grocery shopping. It doesn't mean that I'm vain. It just means that I'm comfortable. Now let's talk about your aura. So you can have, for some people, an aura of being vain, or an aura of being lacking confidence, or an aura of just happiness and great vibes. That comes out sometimes with what you wear because of how it makes you feel. Coming off as vain is literally like looking stuck up. What does that look like? I don't know. You don't know if someone's stuck up until you talk to them. Having a sweater on your shoulders without it being tied and just laying there, that doesn't mean that you are vain. That just means that you like that aesthetic. There's nothing wrong with that. So you can't tell if someone is vain without talking to them. However, you can tell if someone is lacking confidence. And the confidence piece does have to do with what you put on your body. So when you lack confidence, you may feel small, and that shows that you feel small. How does that show? There's some things as you're not making eye contact, you don't feel comfortable. You never realize how much clothes can make someone feel uncomfortable more than they actually feel on the inside. So let's say I wear jeans that are too small, or I wear jeans in general that maybe fit, but I don't like how they I don't like how it makes me feel. It doesn't make me feel like me. I may not, bless you, Ava. Oh, bless you. I may not feel good. I may not feel that great, so I may be a little bit more hunched over. I may not look you straight in the eye. I may just do some little movements that may not emit confidence. Versus right now, I have on a dress. I feel pretty. Completely, you see the difference? Sometimes it's literally just those small, minute things that make the difference between something is off, she doesn't seem very confident, versus she's extremely confident. I want to talk to her, I want to get to know her. And it really, 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 really does have to do with what you put on your body. It connects with how you feel on the inside, and it emits energy on the outside. Let's say I came on the screen and I had a t-shirt and sweatpants on. By the way, I have on sweatpants under this dress because I'm going to take this off after the video so I can breastfeed without ruining my dress. Say I had on a t-shirt and sweatpants, which I have had on other videos. And I'm talking, but I'm still happy. I'm still energetic. I'm still in a good mood. You can still feel confidence from that. Some people may still even think I'm vain from that. So again, trying to lower yourself and make yourself small to make other people comfortable, that's never a way to go. So next video, we're going to talk about ways that we can play with clothes that we wear so that we can really feel good about what we put on our body, so that we can feel good from the outside and inside out. You're going to hear me say that a lot of times, but that's the whole thing of this whole business, feeling good from the outside in, inside out. Okay, I'll see you next time about how to style for your own personal happiness so that you can emit confidence and feel good about what you're putting on and how you're presenting yourself to the world. Thank you. See you next time.